Welcome to CityPrepRadio.com, your home for all local sports updates, interviews, and much more. Now, here's your two hosts, Dakari Box and Jeff Moore.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in live with us. Today is a very special show for us here at City Prep Radio. This is our first live show that we're actually having, so we're pretty proud of this milestone that we have accomplished. We've got to welcome Jeff back here to the studio. He was gone on some baseball.
Well, as I said a couple weeks ago, the Colorado State spring baseball to see which one. So we got together and played 11:45 at night on Saturday night. It was awesome.
Well, okay. Did you win?
Yes, we did.
Thank you very much. Well, you can't take time off from the job if you don't win. If you win, then you're able to leave. So we got a couple of winners in the studio, so you're definitely going to have to talk about winning.
Well, I can certainly do that. I've always wanted to win. I've never done it, but it seems like a cool thing.
We've never done it. I never won. What do we think about that? Well, hey, today we have a great show again. We have Denver East boys basketball in the studio, actually, so we'll be introducing them here in a few. We definitely have Coach Rudy Carey here. We're going to talk to him in depth more about, winning 9 state championships.
That's a fantastic feat, man. I mean, that's a state record.
It has to be.
If it's not, sure.
Yeah, it is now.
Yeah, it is now.
It's officially some City Prep Radio, right?
Right, it is. And clearly he has the most state championships out of this whole room. So congratulations.
Definitely. He's won more than I have.
I won.
Not you, Jeff.
I won one.
Jeff's 130. How many have you won?
I won 112. I won one when I was...
Wait, stop. You won?
Yes, I did win one.
Dang, that's cool.
State championship in Florida, actually, playing summer ball down there. We won the Central Florida Baseball League state championship. And it was a state tournament, which was teams from Miami, teams from Tallahassee, teams from Jacksonville, Newark, from Orlando. And we got hot. We had a guy pitching for us who had pitched AAA baseball for the Yankees. And if he didn't make it to the big leagues, I knew I certainly would never make it because he was so good, man. He could just absolutely deal.
Well, when you're speaking of baseball, it is that time of year.
Yes, sir.
And we have lacrosse, we have girls soccer actually taking place. So before we do our recap kind of on fall sports, which we, winter sports, right? That, we want to make sure that everybody, go out and support your local baseball, soccer, and girls soccer, lacrosse.
That's right.
Also, it's track season. So, everything flows into a new phase of things.
I got to tell you, those track people have got to absolutely be the most hardy folks in the world because every track meet this early in the season,
right? You
get 4 seasons in one. I mean, you have wind, snow, rain, and cold.
Yes,
and it's brutal.
And it's truly cold. Now, what about baseball? You guys have to deal with that weather yourself. I mean, pretty much every sport right now. Sure. You can't just say
that's why we got done at 11:45 the other night. We had to push back games 3-4 hours. And we're working on the field. We actually lit the field on fire. We have an issue up in Fort Morgan with our outfield. One of our right field has some mud and the grass died, whatever. We had to light it on fire. And I thought,
so why
the heck would you? Well, what you're doing is you're lighting. You're trying to take the moisture out of the field.
Okay.
So you can play. And truthfully, if we push the game back 2 days or whatever, we would have been fine.
Wait. So you lit the dirt on fire?
Yeah, you pour gas on it, rake it up, and then light it on fire. And it is a spectacle. It is something.
Yeah. So I'm sure you only do it in the main area.
Yeah,
not too close to the grass. We can't afford that.
Well, not to my. Well, yeah, but you can't do it close to my hair either, or yours for that matter.
Absolutely. Mine would burn too well.
That's right.
So, definitely, we love to have fun here. I think it'll be a very interesting show. With Denver East, giving us this opportunity to come into the studio to interview with us. I think
it's going to be great. Yeah,
a lot of people out here to see who these young men are.
These guys are great athletes. I mean, you walk in there and it looks like a group of serious Division I athletes. I'm like,
right.
I mean, I was a Division I athlete 100 years ago, and these kids, I'm thinking, I had no business being on the court with these guys.
I'm young men to smile.
They're all serious.
They look like they were ready to play another game.
Right.
So
you want to go pick up 5-on-5 on those guys? No chance.
Let's have fun today. You guys have accomplished a great goal there. For a team that was slated to win, It's a lot of pressure going under with Coach Carey. He's a great coach. So.
I tell you what, the expectation for that program, and that's really what we talk about in athletics all over the board, is what is the expectation? What do you want out of this? Where are you going? And then we got to draw a roadmap to get to that particular expectation.
Absolutely.
I had a kid call me today from Metro State. He said they're having a tough time with their baseball program.
Wow.
9 straight. What's their expectation? And it's divisive. It creates losing is a disease, as they said in the natural. Yeah, it's a terrible thing, and it is.
They sound really good.
You really know who is in your corner when things don't go your way. When people are losing. And at that point, it's like, good grief, now what are we going to do? Well, these guys at East High School set the expectation for generations to come. The guys before them set the expectation. Right. What is the expectation? To win state titles, to be champions. That is what is expected. That is what we will do. And and Coach Carey got the experience to get them to that point.
Yeah. So it'll be a great interview today. It's almost called the East High Takeover, because we're going to have this.
Yeah, there's a lot of
students there.
10 of them?
Well, yeah, part of them, a few of them had some other obligations, so that's great. We still want to make sure they're all highlighted, talk about their schedule, what they have coming up here for the next few days.
Now, can they make announcements about where they're thinking about going to school, or whether they're signing letters of intent, or some of them already signed?
It's clear. Some of them are already slated to go. We'll let them get more into that.
Sure.
But what else took place? We already recapped 2 weeks ago. We had Maya Nelson in here. She was a great interview. If you're looking to read up on Maya Nelson, go on our cityprepradio.com, pull her article up. She actually, tells a full story about who she is, the wrestling in a male-dominated sport.
Absolutely.
She has to, really fight and battle through just the mentality of you're a girl.
Right.
You're not being viewed as an athlete. So she was excellent. And then you can tune into our last show and, hear her interview. She spoke very well.
She's opened up from a sexual, from a gender standpoint, from a male-female standpoint. She has opened up in the state of Colorado. I know there have been other places where this has happened, but in this particular instance, it has brought statewide and certainly citywide attention to her because of the successes that she had.
Absolutely.
And she's going to open up that avenue for socially more acceptance of females in a predominantly male field of wrestling.
Absolutely.
Hopefully they can start programs that are like, when we talk about Title IX, they can open up that avenue for female wrestling.
Absolutely.
So that's terrific.
And what we'll do, we're going to be taking some live calls today, so we'll be telling people to call in here around maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock to ask some questions to the young men. So everybody that's out there tuning in, please go ahead and we'll give you this phone number here so that you can call into
720-437-7087.
That's our computer-generated voice.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. CityPrepRadio.com.
Yeah, so what we'll do is get into it as we get ready to talk. We'll talk with these young men and the coach, but a couple other things, last weekend that took place, Denver South did make it to the 4A state championship game.
Did Buffalo East hit them?
They fell short. They had a great game. It was a tough one, to make it there. It's a whole nother thing to, finish it up. But those young men, they battled. It was 44 years since they've been to that point. So you have to say turning around again. It was a rookie coach. That was his first year as a head coach. So that's big for the AD and that coach to say, and we turned our program around. It was bittersweet, but having that defeat to Cheyenne Mountain in the semifinals on Friday, but the Rebels entered Shasta State Championship for the first time in 44 years on Saturday evening, and playing a red-hot Pueblo East team. Denver South had already defeated the regular season. The stage was set for a great championship game.
So they had played them in the regular season?
Yeah, they played in the regular season. So, hey, it's a tough thing. It reminds me of last year with Denver East. They had to battle, and you have to learn. Because I seen the difference from one game to the next, the maturity and the focus of one team to the other, where, these kids came out of battling each other also at some point in time. So it's a great thing to see. If they had some streaky shooting, but Pueblo East, made some great plays themselves, hit some free throws, just really played disciplined basketball down there, ran through their plays, and just really kept the air out the ball from Denver South to be able to recapture that lead in the moments that they needed.
Let's really be honest. Free throws at this time of the year, whether it be the high school state championship or the March Madness that we're turning into right now in the crazy way that's been.
Yes.
You make your free throws, you win games. You don't, you don't.
You don't. And, you think about March Madness, it's madness going on.
Oh, my gosh.
Down goes Duke for all of you Dukies out there.
Mercer. Wow.
So
How about a bracket buster there?
That's one, with Ohio State.
North Dakota State.
Absolutely. So everybody, I know, you see a lot of that talk on Twitter where people, when Facebook people brackets are busted. I want to see if somebody wins that $1 billion.
Nobody. It's already over. Nobody won
that fast.
Yeah, that quick. That just tells you. That just tells you how.
That promotion is a great one.
Yeah.
You know how many people they got to get on there and see that?
I think they had 4. That's all.
4 people.
That's it.
4 people bid for $1 million.
It was 11 million on ESPN for $1 million. How many more millions would have tried it for $1 billion? But the point is, it is so chaotic, so unbelievably unpredictable.
Right.
That is what makes this absolutely the best time of the year.
They made more money off of that than they lost.
Oh, heck yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm sure he wasn't going to pay it anyway. I'm sure what he did is probably took an insurance policy out with, Hathaway, whatever his company is.
And did that.
Berkshire Hathaway, and probably paid, a couple $1,000 because the odds are so, actuarially are so not in favor.
Well, what made, just to kind of recap with last night, last weekend, what made the evening so special last week was, it was a combined crowds for DPS. Denver East started filling in the arena, and, it started with South fans, so they started chants of DPS, late in that South game. So it was a good environment with a lot of energy for the DPS.
They need that up in Boulder, too. It's
Absolutely. And, and even for the Fossil Ridge kids over there for the 5A team, it was a DPS atmosphere for the 4A, 5A. Even though South was unable to pull it off, they had the energy together. You can see the picture online behind South.
Right.
You see that fan crowd it's completely full, and that's East fans filling in behind them. So
awesome.
it was just a very. I can only imagine if South wins it, how the studio goes, but. What we're going to do is let's get ready to move forward. I'll go ahead. I want to let everybody know about our sponsor, Best Carbides. Best Carbides is down on West Alameda. They're excellent sponsor for us. They're running a special right now.
$100 down, right?
No, actually, you get $250.
Oh, okay.
If you go down there and mention City Prep Radio, they're doing a special for $500 down right now. And they'll match your money up to $1,000. So if you bring $500 and match $1,000, mention City Prep Radio, you'll actually get $1,400.
That's pretty good. That's probably cost more than my first car anyway.
Absolutely. So for everybody that's looking to get a new vehicle, whatever you need to do, going down to Best Carbides, they actually, with Johnny, they'll be able to take care of you. Mention City Prep Radio, get an additional $200 down on that now. Again, we want to make sure we give a lot of credit to Beyond the Hype Studios. That's where we're able to bring everything to life every week with Jeff. I try and bring him back to life.
Good to be back.
Absolutely. But let's get ready to move into things that we have the East Boys basketball team flowing into the studio. We can start getting everyone to introduce themselves so everybody knows who's here. The main thing I'll do is we'll get the coach first, Coach Rudy Carey, once he gets settled in here. And we'll start talking with him about this team, what's taking place here so far this season and all of that. And then once we take some calls, we'll let people get some questions if there's any calls out there. So we make sure, Coach Rudy Carey, we'd like to welcome you here to City Prep Radio, and appreciate you taking the time out your schedule to come on in. First thing first, for you yourself, I know this is the 9th championship, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Can you tell me, with this championship, I know I've been around a while. I've heard, just with this team coming in and the group you've had with these young men that you guys have been expected to win quite a few championships. Was this one of the toughest ones for you?
It was, but the expectations have been very high. But people don't understand that they're not giving championships away.
Absolutely.
So you have to earn them, and a lot of things have to happen for you to win a championship.
Right.
In addition to having some luck too.
Yeah.
And people expect East High School to win a championship every year, and anything short of a championship is an unsuccessful season at least.
Absolutely. And I totally agree. I was there when you actually won your first one at East in '96. So now this is your 5th one at East or your 6th one at East? And you won 3 at Magnet.
That's correct.
Which one's been the best so far?
This one, by
Really?
far, yeah.
Really?
I kind of grew up with these kids. I've had most of them since they were freshmen, and we've kind of